Hello, everyone. We are here together for a very important purpose, talking about the activation crystal and the space arcs network. I don't know if you have ever heard about JP. I think perhaps you haven't. It's just you. Hi, JP. How are you?
Hey, I'm happy to be here, YssaH. Yeah, to talk and to bring that love frequency and make sure everybody is sitting in the same table. You know,
Yes,
we all
yes.
want to sit in the same table, so
Hmm.
it's amazing.
Is it a rounded table or is it a square table or a rectangular one? Tell me
I
both.
think I think it's an eternal table.
Okay, I like better that.
It goes to eternity. Everybody can sit in it.
I like so much that answer. Yeah, way better. Okay, so and speaking of which, have you ever found something like that in one of the arcs or in one of these facilities? Like let's say type of a table with this very interesting technology that would be reproducing holographic constructions or having other type of devices like the very same crystal.
Yeah, I have seen MC. I always go to my phone because I have the information here. But yes, I seen when we went and picked up the crystal was in a round type of structure, but the structure that it looked like, let me see if I can find it here real quick.
Sure.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, memory. Okay, cool. Memory. Okay. Uh, the where I found the crystal inside, I'll explain it before I show the picture if I find
Okay.
it. Um, you could say it is like a jewel, right? It's on a round type of table, and then around the crystal, there's designs like a writing. So I don't know if this design or writing is like a protection type of thing for the jewel.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I think it's a type of not I can't I don't want to say a spell, but it could be like a protection type of energy that is written to protect what's inside the frequency that the jewel or the crystal carries.
Okay, so I know that I'm just right jumping in, but don't worry, dear tribe. We will go back to the introduction,
Hmm.
like telling more of the story. But now that you're saying this, have you ever felt that, or overall, or in that at that moment, did you feel that while you were placing your hands to bring out the crystal, the
Hmm.
field of those letters were generating vortices, like small ripples around your hand, around your field?
Um, it's not that I was creating ripples, but I could feel the vibration of the crystal when we picked it up, and we feel como you feel like a massive sadness when you pick up the crystal. You feel like something is getting ripped out,
Hmm. Hmm.
and everybody in the room feels the same way.
Yeah, I that's something that I definitely want to talk about because when I was with the Boogosphere,
Mm-hmm.
I experienced the same thing, just me. But as soon as I touched it, I started speaking, light language. Actually, it was more of galactic language.
Okay.
And I started seeing all these visions of the technology and the nexus that the Boogosphere is part of, and how much suffering there had been, and how many sad registers they were um,
Mm-hmm.
recorded, of
I think I,
everything.
I think I think I found the picture to show you.
Go for it.
Let me see. Well, it's a comic like reconstruction of my experience.
Sure.
Okay, let me see if
Yeah.
you can see
Let
it.
me hold on. Let me
Hold
put
on,
you
let
on
me.
full mode, full screen. Okay, there you go.
Okay, let me put you full screen.
Yeah, and that's answering actually the question of a sunfire goddess, the shape of the crystal.
You see the designs on the table. So I had to do this like 50 times to get it right. You know how AI is.
Yes, yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I even got my head right.
Oh, AI has a lot of fun with us, right?
Oh my god, it makes us look funny, old, young.
Yeah, and best case scenario, because then it really makes you look weird. And by you, I mean everyone. But,
Yeah, it's probably us in a different timeline. Maybe.
yeah, probably the AI is now saying, yeah, 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 you just haven't seen yourself in all realities,
And this is how we all looked when we were carrying the crystal.
Hold on. Okay.
Like we were all like
Crying.
crying and feeling not crying, because you don't want to say soldiers, you're crying, but it was and something that happened when I hold the crystal, right? When I was holding the crystal and they were talking to me, the other guys, I zoned. When you're holding this, and I'm sure that probably happened when you're holding the Boogosphere, you're
Yeah.
like looking at nothing, and it's showing you so many images
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
past, present, and future, and they're talking to you, but you don't hear nothing. You're just fixated in what's happening and what's
Yeah.
the information that you're receiving.
Yeah, it's like you go into a very specific dimension, or your electromagnetic field shifts. So therefore you're not in that level of density anymore. It's like there is a huge entanglement with the very same density of, in this case, the crystal, or in my case, the Boogosphere. I started crying while speaking in what I detected as Syrian, and yeah, I could see. I don't know if you felt this way, because I do know that you talked about it, and I would love
Hmm.
for you to share it now. You did mention, like seeing also different images of what had happened inside of the ark. And would you relate that to also that sadness? Because in my case, with the Boogosphere, the sadness that I felt, I attributed to two things. The first one was the sadness that the technology has recorded, along or throughout the years,
Mhm.
like saying, this is what you have done, this is who you are, this is the choices that you have made. And by you, I mean as a collective. And the second reason is because it also needs to clear your field, remove any decoherence that translates as sadness for a proper quantum entanglement to have.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I think that yes, you have to really. Let me see. I had something here too of how what we had to do when we were carrying the crystal. But yes, you when you come in touch with these things, you have to come with a clean mind and with a clean concept that what you're going to receive is going to be overwhelming. You always have to come in like, okay, what I'm going to see, what am I going to experience is going to be overwhelming, so my body has to get ready. Mindset, your friends as well that are coming with you on the mission, even the Nordics were in the different mindset because they know that this information they haven't received it for thousands of years either. So we all came in at as one understanding that we're going to receive new information. And I remember picking up the crystal and we brought it to this location inside the Ark. And the Nordics, they had this box thing that was a protection for it. Okay. And we put it in there. And there was twice that we dealt with the crystal. The first time we went in there, we took the crystal out. Okay. And then the second time we brought it back. When we took it out, we also felt the sadness. But when they took it out, they never told us what they were going to do with the crystal. And I just did an update with Dr. Sala yesterday. And it's going to come out, I think, Monday.
Uh-huh.
What happened to me July 6th in the morning. I got in contact with another Nordic and he gave me more information of what's happening. Okay. And they
The
show
purpose
up.
of the crystal, you mean?
Mm?
He shared with you like the purpose of the crystal? This
Well, he shared with me that there's other things happening. There's things behind the scenes that are happening that we're not understanding why all these conflicts are happening.
Mm.
And yes, we start talking about the crystal of why we took the crystal out for the first place to activate these other ancient sites for a reason. And I think this happened in 2023. This separation of the crystal and bringing the crystal back.
Can you mention what type of ancient sites you activated?
Places in North America, places in the Middle East, places in between China and Russia, and of course, places throughout South America, Mexico, and other places as well, like Brazil. So they brought the crystal or the jewel to different places and they started activating. And then the scientists that were on the ship, on top on the ship where the ark was, they noticed that the energy level of the ship was diminishing because the crystal was out.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the scientists were saying, "Hey, we have to bring the crystal back because the ship is not going to no longer give its sign of life, the
As an
heartbeat."
I'm sorry, as an organic system, as a sentient technology, the crystal being its heart.
Yes. So we had to bring the crystal back with the same people that took the crystal away, the Nordics and us. We all went to the same room. We all put it in a device, okay, to protect the crystal,
Hmm.
and we brought it back to the same location, and it was a sadness. It's like it took every time it went to a different site, it was catching the feelings of that lost civilization,
Mm.
and the energy was being cultivated inside the jewel. So when we brought it back, it was an even bigger sadness than when we took it out for the first time.
Oh,
Like if it was like a data transfer to the ship to know what's happening all over the place.
down. And it was so disappointed. It was like, oh my.
It
So
was
it
like,
was
oh
her.
crap, get me out of here. Imagínate. Yeah, he's like,
um,
why are we here?
bring me back home. I don't like your what you have done. Yeah, that's what I felt with the Boogosphere. Like that all that process of being shown all the information, all the timelines that we have chosen as a collective,
Mhm,
and how those advanced beings are just observing and saying, no, this is your creation. How do you feel about it? How would you say empathy, the role that empathy plays in this quantum entanglement, through even the emotional body? Because you even said that the Nordics were,
mhm.
you know okay, not crying, they were just having a few tears, as
Yeah,
all of
you can see their tears as well. Um, Everybody was trying to keep serious, but like it's funny because we were talking with each other. We're like, "Oh yeah, this Christmas," and then everybody starts sobbing. Like everybody's looking at each other. And then you have one serious guy. Come on, dudes, we're here to do the mission. Stop sobbing. And you always had one serious person that was in charge,
Yes.
and even though he was, come on, guys, let's just keep going. And everybody was sobbing. Everybody was crying. Bringing back this crystal. I think the level of empathy like, you need to have empathy when you're dealing with these things because that's what they expect you to have. That you expect to have. If you have empathy, you have a beautiful heart.
Yes, exactly.
You have a genuine heart. If you're cold on doing these missions or finding these beautiful things that we're finding, um, is you're gonna get that back in return. You're not gonna get contact. You're in contact. Most people, oh yeah, let's get in touch with a boogosphere and let's just look at it and carry it and yeah, take pictures with it. No, when you enter, and it's not just a boogosphere. When you enter and you hold this crystal, it's giving you its all.
Hmm.
It's giving you where it was from. And I felt the same thing when I was holding the skull over there in Sedona.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
was getting some really beautiful feedback of past, present, and future. And the guy told me, I forget his name, but he told me it does that.
Yeah, Bill Holman.
Bill Hillman, he told me it does that. You know,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
shows you past, future, and present. I'm like, wow, this is what I felt this is what I felt over there in the arc.
The art. When I was listening to you saying that, I was thinking, okay, so for me, the DNA is the space-time fabric.
Mm,
It's the same every time that you're activating or deactivating a timeline. You're activating and deactivating a gene within you.
hmm
So for me, listening to you was feeling how the spaceship, how the Ark was actually applying this type of genetic recognition, DNA recognition,
hmm
speaking DNA to DNA.
hmm
So it was reading your DNA, and therefore it was showing to you all the infinite field of encoding that, well, this is finite, but like the encoding that is within your DNA and
hmm
the information that you can activate or deactivate. you know Perhaps
I understand.
within one gene of your DNA there is a reality where you are like 3 feet tall and white hair and wearing a suit, a galactic suit, and perhaps it was showing that to you, and you
hmm
say, "Oh, that perhaps that's the future," But
Yeah.
who knows? Perhaps it will be also, like something that you could be experiencing because once you activate that genetic code
Or it was the past, you
or
know,
past.
past lives, because I also believe that when I entered the Ark, I had like a deja vu, like I've been there before. Like
Yeah.
I've been to these Arks, and I talked to John Charles Moyan, and he visited some Arks as well. He's like, dude, I've been to these places before. I'm like, I agree. You know, I went to Japan for the first time last year, and I felt like I lived there. Like I knew certain places in Kyoto, and I was like, wow, like I think I've been here before. So weird, but it wasn't like this time. It was like really back in the days. You know, everything has changed, but I've been here. I left the energy here before. You know, and I was walking the streets of Kyoto. There was an older guy con un bastón, like with a cane, and he gets close to me. He does like this, and he starts speaking to me in this weird language. It wasn't Japanese, and I kind of understood what he was saying. He was saying like, "Welcome back. We missed you."
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Okay, this is crazy. Is he homeless? Is he okay?"
Hmm.
Um, and I kept talking to him, and he's like, "You'll be okay," but in a different language. But I understood him. You'll be okay. Don't worry about it. And the person that was with me, they were like confused because how is a stranger talk to me like that, you know? And I kind of understood what he was saying. I was nodding my head. I'm like, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. So I believe that we have been going through this for a long time. I think this has been happening like a replay of all this has been happening for a long time. And I think this is the time that disclosure is getting closer to humanity. And we are um, reactivating connections with people that we probably had or lived in past lives, you know, doing other things. And the universe does that. It reconnects people back.
Have you ever felt that you have encountered with yourself through one of those galactics that have visited you? Because I have, in my case, with the plasma beings, now I see that it was myself coming
Mhm.
and visit me. Have you experienced that?
I experienced like a familiar sensation, not like if it was me, but I felt like connection, like if we were connected, like if they knew me and I knew them, and we knew what we were doing together. So that's how I always, when I have this Nordic visiting me,
Hmm.
we always have that connection. Like, dude, I know what you're thinking, and I know what you're thinking too. So what are we gonna do about it? Yeah, I want you to bring this message out. I said, okay, no problem. I'll bring this message out. What do you want me to say? So, and like if they knew I had this connection with Dr. Sala as well, or if they know I have this connection with you, with Emery, with other people that are in the same field, that we're all collaborating, bringing this message that we're not alone, that we're going to have the golden age is getting closer, that these technologies are going to be released. We're going to find ancient technology that is going to reshape the foundation of what we see the world and how we see ancient civilizations.
You know, now that you were saying this image of you walking through the ark, you know, and seeing all those walls with letters and
Hmm.
those letters illuminating
Hmm.
as if part of that encoding, one of the layers that it is showing is the very same genetic encoding of the space ark itself,
Yes.
you know?
Hmm.
And then the more that you would go deeper into the ark, there would be this coupling between your codes and the codes of the ark and the codes of everyone there.
Hmm.
It's me to how important do you think it's for us for the next stages of human evolution to reach that unity consciousness, that unified consciousness? Have you seen that in, for instance, the Nordics? Because even the level of resemblance between one another, you know, physically speaking, I'm not saying that they're all the same at all, But
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that there is this unified field that can be transmitted through their
Mm-hmm.
own physiology. So I'm pretty sure that they are already in a very specific level of unity consciousness. How important do you think this would be for us, as a race, to reach that level that you guys experience inside of that space arc? Because I'm pretty sure that your fields were entangled at that time, at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Get to feel what the other was feeling, or were you just immersed in your own experience?
When we were together, right? Okay, yes, different beings in the same room. But when we stood around like this object, it brought us together. Okay. It brought us together and we started looking at each other like our eyes was fixated. Like we knew why we were there. And then like a couple minutes passed and we started looking at each other like weird. Like, are you feeling what I'm feeling? And we're looking to this device and we felt like a sense of unity that we are all connected, that all these languages, even though some of the language we still could not even understand or comprehend, was from past civilizations, and somehow they left their mark, and we felt a connection with these past civilizations. You feel connection still. Why? Because they leave their mark. When you leave your mark, you're leaving your print, you're leaving your feelings, you're leaving your story, you're leaving your identity to whoever will find this writing or whoever will find this because I want people to understand that when you look at something, right? When you look at any type of written language, it's a design that light bounces off, right? It gets embedded into your cornea, okay? Then embedded into your brain, meaning into your DNA, okay? So if you read what I write, my thoughts are in the design that I write. Okay. That's where the ancients, they really knew about what you say and what you write. You really have to be careful because whoever sees this can get embedded into their DNA. Okay. So this language that we were seeing was from past civilization. Let me show you a picture of how it looked like when we were standing all together. And if you look closely to the walls, all the different past civilizations that have left their mark on the walls. And I did this like 50 times to try to get the right
Image, yeah.
image.
Well, this is bringing so much memories to me, I shall say. It's like me looking at an image that it's no new for me.
So, language or any type of picture or anything that you see, it's a imprint of something that was part of the past. Okay. So maybe, yeah,
Do
habla.
you want to know something about how I have tapped into that? That we could say that everything is past. Why? Because everything has already been rendered in your
Hmm.
unconscious mind.
Hmm.
Once it's rendered, it it has been. There is nothing new. You're not creating anything new or bringing
Hmm.
from the ether something that has not been created. Everything it already is. This is why it's the space memory network.
This already happened.
Information. Exactly, exactly. So you're just pulling in the threads to see
Hmm.
what type of construction we are going to tap into, you know and I can see that because even as I was sharing in the Rise of the Guardians, the some of the devices that they are showing in the Sumerian tablets,
Hmm.
they are just showing the closed time like curves, which is traveling back in time, back
Yeah, yeah.
time.
The quantum, like whatever you whatever you do now is affecting the past and it's affecting the future.
Yes, yes,
It's so weird because that means there's multiple versions of you
exactly.
living in the same time. So all this is happening in the same time, this conversation, but what we're doing right now is affecting our past and is also affecting our future.
Why do you think the space arc would show specific images in comparison to others? Like, what do you think was the filter that the space arc had to show you just the specific images to you and to everyone else?
I believe that I'm not the only emissary. I'm not the only person that receives this information. There's other people like you, other people like um Emery, other people like John Charles, or even people like Dr. Sala, the librarians, that captures this story or this information, this documentary, and puts it out for the public to read. Everybody has a role. I believe that yes, I receive these images, I receive this information, but guess what? We're saying our experience right now. And by saying our experience, it's awakening, okay, past things that people have been through. So by people watching this video and hearing our experience, you
Exactly.
know, it's activating their experience. Wow, I think I went through that. Wow, I think I went through that. That looks familiar.
Exactly.
That I feel like I've been there before. Like that's so normal for me. So it's an activation that happens. So like when you tell me, oh, when I hold the book of sphere, I close my eyes and I feel like I'm holding the book of sphere
Yeah.
because I feel what you feel. So I believe that everybody has a connection. Everybody is in the same boat. Even though there's a lot of different boats, everybody's going through different storms. And there's some boats that they go through the storm and their ship gets destroyed. But guess what? We can pick those people up and put them on our ship, on our vessel, and they can understand better what we're trying to bring to the world. And we can see their perspective as well while they join us in our journey and we join them in their journey. So it's everybody's going to the same place. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, 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 and it's beautiful because I can feel how our capability of reading the field of everyone is enhancing more and more. And I do feel that it's very much connected to the purity of the heart, you
Hmm.
know. And by the way, we didn't get, the memo to dress in white colors. But it's speaking of pure heart. But would you say that we are going to activate the arcs? I mean, not the arcs, the pyramids, because as the arcs are being activated
Hmm.
through this cosmic nexus, which I feel how it's entangled to our brain, to our neuronal network, as the very same way as the spectral spheres are. Would you say that that is the next step in some type of, planning or project to restore the field? Of course, most of the pyramids are already, like very damaged, you
Hmm.
know, but there are some aspects underneath the pyramids themselves that are not
Hmm.
damaged. So that's the ones that I'm talking about. Do you feel that they will be activated at some point, those constructions underneath the pyramids, or that they are already being activated?
I think they're already being activated, but when certain frequencies get closer, certain energies turn bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have, uh,
Hmm.
if you have a cell phone, right, and you want to charge it on a port, if it's far away, it's not going to get charged. But if it gets on it, guess what's going to happen? The phone is going to charge, and the port itself is giving the energy. Okay. It's not that it's going to activate the arc, is who is
Who?
it going to activate?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
So, yes, the arc is activating, but who gets close to the arc and who's going to get the activation of this arc?
Exactly.
Who's going to get the, oh crap, I didn't know that was happening to me, you know? So, I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to activate certain people in this world that is going to encode memories back into the DNA. You know, how does a bird know how to create their nest? They're born after 2 or 4 months. They know how to make a nest. It's embedded in their DNA. It was activated. How does a spider know how to do the spider web? So beautiful design. It's activated in their DNA. So how do we learn? You know, humans are a species of amnesia. We create, we are forgotten. We create, we are forgotten. Past civilizations create, they are forgotten. Kingdoms, empires, they are lifted and they fall. We are a species of amnesia. When is going to be the moment that our DNA will activate and we'll just remember how to do things, how to remember how to build these technologies, and because it's in our DNA. So the same way spiders have to design their webs or birds have designed their nests in their DNA and they know how to do it, it becomes into instinct. So when we're going to have the instinct of not forgetting our past, that's that's going to be the next big thing. Us not forgetting and remembering how to build these past things that we have lost.
That's a super point there. Yeah. Like, okay, so you mentioned instinct and how it's related to amnesia, or actually not amnesia, like it's inherent within you. What
Mhm,
is your instinct in your gut brain? It is. So now taking it to the next level, which would be going beyond the fear mode, which is very much related to the instinct,
mhm,
reprogramming or restoring our form of perception of what truly matters. And that actually death in this case, which is mostly related to the instinct, to the
mhm,
survival mode, doesn't exist, and therefore linking our instinct to our need to thrive, or our pulse to thrive. That is a huge alchemy. That is a huge alchemy. And if we even use the pyramidal network, this is always something that I say. If the pyramids right now are not fully active, but you can still feel them every time that you go inside, and
uh-huh,
experiencing that very soon. Um, Also, you can connect to the pyramids from its ninth density,
mhm,
when they were untouched, when they were pure.
mhm,
And because, for instance, in our gut brain, we have pyramidal neurons, a
mhm,
lot, bunch, which are accelerating and harnessing the emotions, the energy and motion that we are feeling. So now, if we bring that level of effectivity also to our higher brains, like the heart brain and the brain in the skull,
mhm.
then that is a form of configuration that is perfectly attainable. I'm pretty sure that you also talk to your body. I do. And I explain to my body what to do, in what percentages, how to connect in very specific way to the nexus. So I definitely see in relation to my question, like if you see the pyramids, the inner on the underground part of the pyramids being activated, you said that it has already been activated. What I see us doing is reactivating all these cosmic nexuses as a unified mind, as a unified consciousness, and becoming light. What do you think about that?
I believe and I think if we see the pyramid, right, and all these ancient sites, if we see these ancient sites like a tree, okay, and we are the seeds, okay, if we ever go to the pyramids, we're going to go as seeds. The pyramid is already the tree, it's already the knowledge, okay, it's already boom. And if we become that seed of the pyramid, guess what? When we come back home, we're going to have all this knowledge because we're the seed. And if we are planted the right way, this knowledge will be passed in a way that we can only explain for the people that want to understand. Whoever wants to receive the seed from us. So
Yeah.
I believe that if we see the pyramids as a DNA transfer tree, and we are the seeds, we're there to get activated. I think people will see these ancient sites differently, or these ancient things that we are finding differently, because what they are is activation devices.
Yes, exactly.
Mm,
Exactly. And one of the things that I want to share with you that I do is every time that I go into this type of sites that move a lot of energy, I unfold my geometrical body at a holofractal in a holofractal way. I start to spin my geometrical body.
mhm,
Therefore, the mission of my unique encoding starts to call in the codes, the source code of the very same place itself.
mhm.
So it's for me, it is so beautiful what we are experiencing right now, this stage of evolution. And one of other thing that I wanted to ask you, where do you think is what do you think is the origin of the this crystal? What civilization, what galactic group?
I think there's a lot of different arcs. Okay, and each arc have their jewel, their crystal, right? I believe that these crystal could be interdimensionally given to us. It is not from this earth. I believe that it's part already because it already has all the feelings of what earth is, but I believe it's multidimensional. It's because it's a crystal or a jewel, it can react interdimensionally with other dimensions. So other people or other timelines. So I think there's a reason why they're turning off CERN. There's a reason why other things are happening throughout happening. You know, um, this next update that I'm going to do with Dr. Sala is going to really talk and talking about also um, the same Nordic that interacted with me. This is I'm going to take it to Michigan, to Mackinaw. Okay,
Yay! Yay! Wow, I wanted to see that. Wow. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Ooh, Frank is going to be so happy. So, so happy. Wow.
and when you open this, the smell you can feel it, and it's the same smell that is within the ark. Okay, and look what I have here with it.
Well, I'm pretty sure they are having a lot of fun together, you know?
Yeah. So let me take it out. This went to a botanist, forensic, and all that. There's no way this is found here in Florida. And it's a similar species, but they don't know yet what type of species, and it's connected to um, the big trees from what is the redwoods. It's
Mm-hmm.
similar species, but they don't know what species is this yet.
Wow. It definitely looks different, I must
And
say.
if you like go up and down, you can clearly see like it shine. Let me see if I
Uh,
can. Let me
The
see.
frequency absolutely
Hold
feels,
on. Let me see.
yeah.
Let me see if I can. You can see. Um, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I switch my camera, let me see, and show you from this camera,
Okay.
you can probably see something different. Let me see.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna move my camera here. I don't know if you can. It's. Let me see.
I can see it. I can see it. Yes. Yes, I can.
Let me see.
Wow. Yes, 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 I see it. I see it.
It's a beautiful feeling when you carry this.
Hmm.
And I usually tell people to wear gloves, but if you really want to feel it,
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what you're gonna receive when you hold it.
Oh, wow.
But it was given to me by a Nordic,
So you
and
have,
it's real. They can go through forensics or whatever, but we could put it anywhere, and it's the smell is it smells like so good. Like I never smelled something so
yeah, I
good.
smell it.
It's a cone.
It's a
It's
cone.
and
And you have it in a precious chest with precious things.
yeah, akuria mate.
A mate. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
right
Wow,
here.
thank you so much for sharing
Yeah,
this. I every time that you would talk about the pine cone, I
and
would
it's not small. Well, it is small, but it's a different feeling when you carry it. So it's I feel like planting it to see what's gonna grow out of it. Maybe we can go somewhere and plant it and
oh, that will be
see
amazing.
what comes out from it.
It will be amazing. And now you're bringing it to Mackinaw. I know that it
Yeah.
will be a very powerful conference. Before getting there, I really want to ask you something before. So the crystal, you said that there are other crystals in other spaceships. What I have been tapping, like as the hearts, what I have been tapping into, and even before you sharing this information, is that the arks in Egypt, like the ones that they are in the hall of holies. For instance, you go to Edfu, and there is this huge. Let me show to you quickly, because then you can already start getting, like uh even more in the mood at the temple. Okay, so here. Now I'll just share screen. Here we are. Okay, there we go. So here in this, I was inside of here.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity to be there. They don't allow anyone here, not even in the chamber, not even in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I had the opportunity to go all the way even inside of here and
Mm-hmm.
being there chanting for a while. The energetic field that shows even in the videos, because I recorded myself and a friend of mine also recorded me, is like off the charts. So I feel that they would have crystals like the one that you showed here,
Mm-hmm.
and they would precisely bring those crystals from the space arcs of each one of these beings.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they show to me, that their arc, their space arc, is underneath each one of the temples in some of the cases, not all of
Mm-hmm.
them. So they are still entangled within the same radius, yet they would take those crystals from those arcs and then put it here. So that's why they would call it the Temple of Horus or the Temple of Isis or the Temple of Osiris and so forth, because they would have their consciousness imprinted and powering up the whole temple.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the things that I have felt. So for me, it is, at some point we do need to connect with that whole nexus, um, because what they are what they have been showing to me is that we need to assume the responsibility of our power,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore not just leave that power to just a few for them to take care of things. To restore that power within us and actually use the power source of those crystals
Mm-hmm.
to reinforce our field and actually to regenerate even the space, the field. You were talking about the CERN. We know that one of the things that the CERN does is, for every particle that collides, they're creating a rift in the space-time fabric. So amnesia amplifies due to those things. So we would be
Mm.
regenerating our memory as simultaneously the space-time fabric regenerating itself, you know?
We'll be remembering the
Yes,
past and recapturing what we used to do to reactivate certain things. That's
yes,
it could be the case. It could be, yeah. It's it can go it can go a lot of different routes, and this can help also humanity to understand the things that we are a part of, and I think it can open doors because everyone has a different key, a shaped key.
yes.
Everybody has a key to open a specific door. What's behind that door, who knows? But I believe that everybody that's on earth has a key. And that's why we all have to work together. Because I don't know if your key is going to work in my door. I don't know if my key is going to work in your door. So that's how you build bridges. That's how you build relationships. And does your key work in my door? Oh, does it work in my what you call it, in my chest, my treasure chest? Does it open it? So it's good. It's good to collaborate and to bring your experiences to these beautiful places that you encounter and bring other people that might have the key to these locations. And if you ever come to Florida, I'll bring you to Ponce de Leon, where I met the ant people. And we had the experience there. They have a beautiful spring there, that you can walk around and you can feel the energy of these beings. So I took Dr. Sala there. He felt it. It was a beautiful experience. And there's a lot of different places throughout the world, that have that people have this soul key that just opens
Yes,
and knowledge just flows down. It's
yeah,
amazing.
yes, yes, it is. And, we can call it because you have an old soul, because you have been here for a while, due to your mission, whatever. But the thing is that it's so etheric, it's so plasma related to plasma technology. I really am so excited, and I see how our bodies will become light, you know,
Hmm.
how they have been showing to me, like different pictures of how we are already in that stage, even there have been like some experiments in quantum physics
Mm-hmm.
that they are proving how we can emit our own light without even the refraction coming from the photonic light,
Mm-hmm.
from photons through our eyes. Is like if we were in a completely obscure place, like in an
Mm-hmm.
inner earth, like the ant beings.
Mm-hmm.
It's super obvious because otherwise how would we be living, if we're not generating our own light, if they are not generating our inner their own inner light. So yeah, and a lot of artifacts show how these beings, some of them would there is someone that wants to meet you.
Oh wow. Look at that. Hi.
And you see it has the scarab.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's one that I showed you in my window. They showed up in my window. I
Hmm.
remember. Yeah.
And has these elongated skull beings with the eyes and all these very Egyptian induments, spheres everywhere, spheres everywhere. Here we don't see Saturn, but this is very much Egyptian. And the thing is that there is another artifact that shows Frank will have it there because this is one of the pieces that we retrieved from that place. And I don't want to cover it. When I saw
That's a
it,
big one.
I just hugged it, and it's rose quartz crystal.
Wow. The knowledge that it goes to build one of those, you know? Increíble. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's so sacred. I just hugged it, like never
Mm-hmm.
before. As soon as I pulled her out of the ground, I just hugged her for a few minutes, feeling such an amount of love. And this one carries a lot of codes. Actually, it's shown as one of the priestesses of Tula, using like a human disguise or mask, but underneath it's a cone head being, and it glows.
Mm.
So yeah, this is wild. Huh. Um, and there is another thing that actually I also wanted to tell you about. Oh yeah, the ant beings.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that I told you about my experience, how they took me. I was in this landscape with mountains, very
Mm-hmm.
cold. Not cold, but it was, it was a beautiful landscape. And then knew that I needed to go somewhere, and I did. And it was like a hot spring, something with clear water.
Mm-hmm.
So there was people there, and I went in the hot spring, yet I dived and went below like an arch and got into the inner part of the cave where that water was. As soon as I got out of the water, this ant being came to me and telepathically told me, "We were waiting for you. We have been waiting for you."
Mm.
Then he accompanied me through all these shafts that were not small. It was, normal size. And then it took me to a place where there were different holes, like with water, but it was not water. It was like a liquid, like a black liquid, like when you go inside of a cave and you see a lot of holes filled in with water and you say, okay, so, and in very many ancient sites, you see like these type of holes that they would fill in with water to see the stars.
Mm-hmm.
So that type. And then I saw some Nordics, and the Nordics were there doing their own thing. These ones were very high. And then they told me it's time to go to to Portugal to retrieve an ark there.
Oh wow,
So
Portugal.
so I'm still asking if we retrieved it or not. So I will keep you updated with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Portugal. Wow.
Yes.
I heard some things about Portugal and Spain. So
Oh, really? Something
yeah.
that you can share?
um no, it was not, yeah, that there is something under there. Yeah. That the past kings used to protect it.
Hmm.
So my family is mainly from Spain,
Yes.
and my last name is Pabon.
Hmm.
It means peacock. So imagínate.
Yeah.
If you see what the peacocks is in Egyptian, like
Yes.
what's the meaning of it? It's quite interesting, and other cultures too. So
And it's also very much connected to Inanna, the peacock.
mm-hmm. Tuinana.
Yes. And if you see the mitochondria through very specific spectrometry or well, through a scan that, brings in through light the image, um, it looks like a bunch of peacock feathers. I will
Oh
send
wow.
you the image.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
So uh yeah, we had a lot of land there. My family, we have a lot of land in Spain that is connected to noble families that used to protect the ancient, knights of the kings and all that, the black knights of the protection of the kings. And I
Yes.
don't know what they were protecting or something like that. And it connected also to Portugal. So yeah, I'm sure there's something over there that is yet to be discovered, and it's going to be public soon.
Yes. Yes. I couldn't agree more. Um, well, do you think that at some point there would be an encounter with the Nordics, which are the most likely to go on stage, like as a collective appearance, of their spaceships, and then
I think it's going to be. I think they're already among us. That's the thing, and they're saying this all over the news. They walk among us. They're even saying that they're within our governments already. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. But do you think like something like very Hollywood like the Independence Day? Like not in that manner of trying to invade the world, of course, but like something that would create like something very impactful for humanity, like a spaceship coming so that everyone would see in the news and so forth. Something dramatic like that, or do you think that disclosure will continue in a very organic flow beyond the Bluebeam project?
It's going to be an organic flow. They're going to release the fourth batch. They're already saying that we're in contact with 4 or 8 different types of alien species. We're already saying it out there. The governments, the Pentagon, other countries are saying that. Brazil, Japan, Russia, China. We're finding a lot of different things that leads to that. And I believe that what we're doing now, this conversation, and people that are here, this is disclosure.
Yeah.
Because we're talking this conversation now, and then in a couple months we see the news. Oh, we found something in Portugal, and we're like, oh, we felt it, we knew it, we said
Yeah.
it, and that's what's been happening. We've been talking about this for like since 2008, and everything now is coming out.
Yeah.
Now, um, they're saying, yeah, we have monoliths on the moon. We have a monolith on the moon Phobos that goes around Mars. The Mars pyramids are connected to our pyramids.
Exactly.
Um, it's the biggest what? Um, Olympus, the biggest volcano in Mars. right? If you study how far that is where they say these ancient pyramids are, and if you study how this is the biggest volcano that is in our solar system, Olympus, over there in Mars. I don't know how big it is, but it's huge. It's like probably 15 Mount Everest is insane. And if you study how volcanoes are made and how they leave ancient volcanic tubes, and who used to use these volcanic tubes, because right now um, this volcano is extinct, so it still has volcanic tubes under it,
Mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm.
know, and it created a channel
Yes.
to all these other pyramids under Mars. And who
Yes.
probably lives in Mars? Which government is in charge of going back over there and coming back and having people over there? You know, I know friends that have been through experiences that they have been to Mars and they have been to these colonies before, and also to the moon. We're finding these ancient places on the moon that is connected to our ancient past, that's connected to ancient Vimanas, the Indian ancient culture, and Egyptian ancient culture. They're finding these places, and it's going to come out soon. You know, this information. It actually came out yesterday. This information that we're finding monolith, and that was one of the reasons why we went to the moon. We found this ark on the moon with people that are in stasis. We brought these people back. I don't know if you ever heard that case about the Mona Lisa.
No, I didn't.
So they found this ancient ruin and they found people in stasis
Mm,
that
mm,
have bigger eyes. They have a diamond right here in the it's like embedded in their skull,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and they look really Azteca. They look really from India. It's a mixture of India, Egyptian, and Mexican looking
Yes. Yes.
facial structure.
Yes. Yes.
Asian, you know, it's a mixture. And they're saying that these were the ancient ones, the ancient builders that they're finding. And they left their structures throughout our solar system, not just on Earth. That they were really advanced. And that's when I tell you that we are a species of Amnesia. We probably were so far out in our solar system, but something happened that we just forgot and we stayed on Earth.
And for me, seriously, it's so much to comment on everything that you have said.
Yeah.
Like for me, the amnesia is because what one of the reasons what I was sharing, we see that in Indian temples they have all these engravings that are very
Mm,
much like the Hadron Collider.
yeah.
They had that technology. So what I remember and what they shared with me is that before the younger Dryas, they were playing a lot with the spatiotemporal constants now, as of now,
Yeah.
you know, and they how were they playing with them precisely with those type of technologies like the Hadron Collider,
Yeah.
creating rifts in the space memory network. So you mentioned the web of the spider. Let's imagine that every thread of the web is a memory, is a timeline. So when you create those rifts, that fissures the web. So for me, the technology that they are using to actually patch those rifts is precisely with the binary programming or binary algorithms from other inorganic systems that are trying to blend within the matrix, you know?
Wait till you hear the update, and you're gonna be like, and you're gonna go back to this video to this time 109.
Oh, no, no.
Um, you the next update I'm gonna do with Dr. Sala, I specif- specifically talk about that and
Oh, really?
why does it have the statue of Shiva, you know, the goddess of war,
Yes.
that's connected to the ancient times, ancient India, ancient Egypt, you know, the goddess of Shiva. Why we were attacking Iran and the Hormuz, the goddess that is part of Hormuz Island, is the
Yes.
goddess of the ocean,
Yes.
of she's the goddess of fertility. and it connects to Egypt. And why does Egypt in ancient times, if you read the Bible, when Moses was there, they didn't speak Hebrew, they spoke Sumerian. It was the Sumerian language that they were speaking in that time. It wasn't
Yes.
Egyptian, it wasn't nothing, it was the Sumerian type of
Yes,
language,
exactly.
a
Yes.
dialect.
Yes. Yes.
And all this comes and branches out from Iran, Afghanistan. Remember, those empires spread out
Yes.
throughout that area. India had an empire that spread out to Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, and then Iran before that had an empire that spread out to India, even as far as Israel and as far as the Roman, and then you have the Greeks that had the Greek gods that spread out. Their empire spread out throughout India, and it's all connected. It's unbelievable how everything is connected.
Well, look at the artifacts here. They have
Yeah.
all Egyptian engravings. Akhenaten was here, Nefertiti was here. There are even, like some, like there is a very specific festivity here in Mexico. They
Hmm.
call it Los Chinelos. So they bring this big, like these guises, and they wear these masks, these face masks with very white skin, like
Chinelos.
beard, like the beard, but like this, like very Sumerian Egyptian like,
Oh
and these
wow.
hats that are like the Nefertiti hat, like the one that she used, the headdress, and they are Sumerian, also wearing very Sumerian like induments, but they say that they are making a recreation when the conquistadors came here.
Mm.
Just look at them and I was like, don't you see? It's like the conquistadors didn't have the beard like this. They didn't
Mm-mm.
wear, like those type of headdresses. It's like, who were they really depicting? And this is the thing for me. They were showing because they say that when the Spanish came, the indigenous tribes thought that they were the gods.
Mm.
They were white because they had beard, because, and it's like, okay, the gods that they would depict, they had they were type of cephalopods like Tlaloc. They had like the tentacles coming from their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
They would wear goggles. There were other like Quetzalcoatl, dragon like, and so forth. So for me, they are showing when the Sumerians came and they had that memory, like, oh, they are gods. So then when the Spanish came, that they were kind of similar but not exactly the same, that's why they thought they were the Sumerians coming again.
Mm-hmm. And you get that the repeat of that story in Peru with the Nazca lines.
Yes.
You get them in south of um the islands, the Caribbean islands, or the Taino Indians. They share about that experience as well. They're finding ancient tribal Israeli writings inside the caves in Puerto Rico.
Hmm.
It's like so much connections, and ancient Egyptian writings in some of the caves in the biggest, no, in the smallest rainforest in Puerto Rico. Egyptian writings. So, if you ever make a trip to Puerto Rico, I don't know if you've ever been there,
Not
but
yet.
in Puerto Rico, if you go to the interior part of Puerto Rico, there's these boulders that are on top of mountains that are on three pillars, and nobody knows who
Hmm.
put them there. And the language that is written, they're spiral languages,
Oh, wow.
similar to the head the head islands that they were trying to destroy. The language similar to Sumerian also. So it's a mixture of Egyptian, Sumerian, and
Hmm.
Easter Island. That's what I'm talking about. The Easter
Easter.
Islands
Okay. Okay.
languages.
Have you ever been, okay, underground tunnels underneath the ocean, interconnecting everything? from continent to continent. That's what I know that there are also. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, yeah. The ant people, they have these. They're connected to these tunnels, and then you have other people that look like us, that you know, they have different facial features. There's some that look Asian, but they're like a more pale color, and you got other people that are um like a bluish color.
Mm,
It's like different people that
yes,
live in the interior part of our planet.
I feel that once they pass the filter, some of them go in to the inner earth. It's
Hmm.
like, for instance, some Syrians from Egypt went to
Hmm.
the inner earth. Some of them fly off, from the earth's core.
Hmm.
And another thing that I wanted to ask you, um, because we have covered so many topics, I love it. Have you ever been to Socotra Island in one of your missions, or to Yemen?
I don't know.
Okay.
They have beautiful structures there. I know that, but I don't know.
Well, I've been so called to go there. Like one of
These
the
structures are like similar to what they have in the UK with the,
stone circles.
yeah, stone circles and all that. And I could send you another location in Antarctica where they have these. Well, I can look it up right now and show you.
Yeah, please. I have a lot of connection to that place, and I know that there is a huge portal in the Aden, in the Gulf of Aden. And also, when you were talking about the Strait of Hormuz,
Hmm.
there is also the cave of the goddess, and that is a
Yeah, and it has a rainbow
huge, yeah,
rocks and all that. Yep, I know
exactly,
exactly what you're talking about.
exactly, yeah.
It's that goddess, the cave of the goddess, and she's probably there in stasis, or they know about portal that's there.
I have been tapping into a lot of beings that are in stasis. They found many beings in stasis actually by the pyramids of Egypt. One of the things that they found underground was what they would refer as Osiris, who was a skin being that was in stasis. Oh, yeah. Huh.
You can clearly see the tower, the shadow of the tower, and you
Yes,
measure it, and it's like 80 to 120 feet tall if you measure the shadow. Okay, and then you have this also glass structure right here. I don't. Let me see. Let me show you.
I put you on big screen. Okay.
You got this also glass structure right here. Let me zoom in to that. You can clearly see the reflection of the sun on that structure.
Uh-huh.
The tower in the middle, and you can actually see the little, like if you zoom in, you can see the structure of the windows of these buildings.
Oh,
Uh,
that looks like Anubis, by the way. The shadow looks like Anubis.
let me see if I zoom out. I'm trying to. You can see the structure of the those little things right there. Those like windows of the buildings. If you zoom out, I'll send you the coordinates of this.
Yes. Yes.
If you zoom out, watch. It's on is right by one of the biggest volcanoes in Antarctica.
Huh. I want to go to Antarctica.
So right next to this location, you got all these structures that are built right next to it. So it's quite interesting. Similar to that place that you were telling me about.
Yemen and the Socotra Island.
Yeah, Socotra Island.
Socotra Island. Socotra Island is in my heart, I must say. I have a lot of memories there.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things to be activated. We have a big mission JP,
Yeah,
we all have a big mission.
we
Oh,
do. We
yeah,
do have a big mission.
you're showing that. And I was just talking to a friend that doing the source code in one of those spheres with
Hmm.
laser, so that you see how your source code, how your geometrical body it becomes a sphere. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love it. Yes, yes.
this was given to me by a friend.
Oh, it's beautiful. Hmm. I love it. I love it. Well, you will be seeing it in person.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, we want to invite you to Disclosure in Mackinaw, and which will be happening on from August 31st to September the 2nd.
Hmm.
There are beautiful cabins to stay there. You just need to go in the page, get your ticket. Amazing speakers. There is a speaker named JP.
And there's a speaker named YssaH.
What's that? I think I know her. And
Yeah, she's getting out there.
yeah, yeah, and so grateful for sharing. And yeah, in company with you, and like Emery will be there. Of course, Frank Rogala, Trevor Grassi with the latest findings on the second Sphinx in the Giza Plateau. Uh,
Interesting.
yes, yes, Trevor Hockey with also artifacts, ancient alien artifacts. Um, Nikiana Jones, uh, Mark Russell, another, yeah, like fully packed. So you don't really want to miss this. We will even be doing like night vision, calling in for a
Oh
spaceship.
yeah, the camp is beautiful. The island itself is beautiful. No cars, only carriage, horseback. It's beautiful experience. By if you want to go back in time, this is the place. If you
Yeah,
want to feel that back
Cuba.
in time vibe.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't agree more. So join us and get your tickets. We will be leaving the description below this video. Also, we can talk about Cuba in another show, because
Yeah.
there is so much more to explore about Cuba as well.
Oh
Have you
yeah.
just to give the a little piece? Have you been to Cuba?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, perhaps at some point soon. We'll see. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Cuba.
yeah,
Qué
Cuba,
buena serie.
Cuba, chico. Vamos al mal. Okay, so thank you so much, JP, for
Thank you
being
so much
here.
for the opportunity.
Had so much fun, and yeah, we'll stay um, in touch. Meeting soon, and everyone, thank you guys for joining us. We went through a lot of topics. I even feel
Yeah.
like right now. So anyway,
A lot of topics, but that's good. That's good. People can rewatch this and take notes and do research because these things are out there. And more of all, we got proof and videos and information. Yeah.
oh,
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
oh, okay. Uh, Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, Egypt is present a lot. They mentioned a lot of Egypt, some fire goddess over there. Yeah. Anyway, so guys, again, thank you so much. Thank you so much, JP. Big hug, heart to heart, and until next time. When-
Akuria mate.
Something
JP
you
out.
want to say before, like one of those beautiful messages that we usually close with our shows.
Always like always have the love frequency. Wear like a bug spray. You You keep it on for bug repellent. So just spray on the love frequency and stay away from negative people. You don't get, just stay away from conflict in all, because it doesn't put you nowhere, in life. And I think you live longer when you have that love frequency.
For people who is afraid of change, what advice would you give them?
Uh Sometimes you just have to do it. And let the waves take you to your destination. You just have to do it and let the waves take you to a place where you think you're happier.
Hmm. The heart knows, right?
The heart knows.
The heart always knows. I agree. So listen to your heart. Um,
Listen to your heart.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
I don't know the lyrics, but I know the heart. So listen to your heart.
Oh man.
Okay, guys. Well, yes, with this joy, we say goodbye until the next time. Thank you, everyone. HUNUH.